To hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? I love Fridays. I love Fridays, man. I can't even tell you how much I love Friday. Today is Friday. I think it's January. Is it January? Friday, January 18th. That's right. Friday, January 18th, 2019. And the craziest part of it all, the craziest part, is it is the first and the last time it'll ever be Friday, January 18th, 2019. So we need to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. You with me? What a great way to start the day. I'm telling you, today is going to be absolute fire. We've got B.G. Campbell. She's back here right now. You can't see her, but she's hiding right now. She's hiding in her living room, waiting to jump in here with you guys, and she is just going to pour into you. I can't wait for you to get to know her on an even deeper level. She's such an incredible inspiration for everybody in this group, and so I'm super jacked up. Before we bring her in here, I do want to let you guys know that you are the most amazing group in the history of all time. I just want to clarify that. You're the most amazing group of human beings that have ever been assembled in the history of the world. You guys, yesterday, we all rallied up. Yesterday, I asked you guys if we could rally together and support my man, Derek McClain, and his beautiful wife, Jill, and their 2 children. I asked if you guys would come together and lift them up, right? We rise by lifting others. And I sent a call to action out for us all to support this amazing family, and you guys came out of the woodworks like crazy and raised over $11,000 yesterday. Over $11,000 yesterday for the McClains. We've got shirts going out everywhere. Those will all ship out. Hopefully, I got to get with Ashley today, and we'll make sure those shirts get out soon. When you guys get your shirts, make sure you wear them. Make sure you post. Make sure you continue to drive awareness to the GoFundMe for the McClain family, because this is going to help them on such a crazy level. I mean, when you think about their situation, when you think about what it would be like to get a diagnosis and a stamp that says you're only going to live this much longer, to not have to worry about earthly things like financial burdens, like paying your bills, to not have to worry about that, but instead to be able to enjoy some semblance of a normal life with your kids, with your husband, and with your family, to be able to focus on that. That is the gift that you guys are giving them by buying t-shirts and by donating to the GoFundMe. So it's an incredible thing what you guys have done. Please continue. If you haven't bought your shirts yet, go to glennlundy.com. You can do it there. If you want to donate to their GoFundMe, go to glennlundy.com. You can do it there. It's right there at the top. It says Help the McClains. Just click on that. But you guys are amazing, and they're amazing. Derek posted a video yesterday. Shoot, I meant to grab that. Maybe I'll post it. I'll share it later. Derek posted a video in the Rise and Grind group, just thanking everybody for everything that we've done for them. So make sure you go check out that video. I keep saying Derek. It was Derek and Jill and their son actually in the video, and it's pretty incredible. So make sure you go back and watch that. Now, with that said, there's a young lady that is eagerly and nervously waiting to join you guys this morning. She's incredible. She's another amazing human being in the Rise and Grind group that is always lifting others, and that is always pushing us to be more than we ever imagined that we could possibly be. And so we need to get her on here. But before we do that, let's dance. That's what I'm talking about. Uh-oh. You guys weren't ready for this. You weren't even ready for this one. This right here, this is the song that we open up our goalkeepers with. Every week, when we do our goalkeepers, last night we had goalkeepers with Eric Thomas. This is what we started with. This is the top secret. I'm letting you guys in on the top secret. This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, we can make a massive impact on this planet. Sometimes all that takes is you mashing that share button. So go ahead and do that. It's also the part of the show where you say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. Whether you're watching on replay or you're watching live, I need you to say what's up. Good morning, Trendy Trender. What's up, Kurt Allen McFarland? Josh Wilson, how are you, sir? My man Josh. Oh, Pam Biddle's up in here. Anthony Santangelo's up in here. Liza Myers Borges, how are you? Keith McKenzie, Casey Rossiter. What's up, Don Sankey? My man Don Sankey. Joanna Cooper Hamilton, how are you? That's right, Sean Jones. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I had to bring out the hype song. Carolyn Carter's up in here. Naomi Buttinger is up in here. What's up, Marcus Stone? Turn it up Friday. Oh man, look, we're gonna have to run that back. Hold up. I think it'll loop. Will it loop? I'm gonna have to run that back. We need that one more time because that music's hype. Bambi, I hope you can hear that. Oh. Hey, Joshua Stifler's up in here. Leanne Reinsmith. Look, my wife is watching this morning. She says she's here for Bambi. She's here to support Bambi. That's what I'm talking about. CC Coates is up in here. Matthew Kelly's up in here. Janelle Griego. Jesse Miller. Aaron Jones is up in here. Tina Craycraft is up in here. Janet Crawford Wigginton. What's up? Michael Thomas. Lisa Velasco. George Fleming. And Brittany Madolo. Neil Amaral. Everybody's in here this morning. Bambi, you are drawing a crowd, my friend. You are drawing a crowd. All right, guys. You guys ready? You guys ready for this young lady to join us? Let's do this. Let me make sure I don't mess this up. Boom. Boom.
Am I here?
I think you are.
Yay.
Everybody say good morning to Miss Bambi Campbell.
Morning,
how are you,
guys.
young lady?
I am great. Super nervous, but I know that I'm talking to my family. So that makes it easier.
You are. And before we go too deep, I am just going to make sure that I can hear you on here because there's a little bit of a delay. So it should boom, boom. It should pop over to you right now, which it is.
Can you hear me? Am I good? Hello?
Yes, everybody can hear you just fine.
Yay.
Just fine. Bambi,
Yes.
what's up, girl?
I am on the hashtag Rise and Grind Live, and I'm super pumped. 1 year ago, I would have never thought that I'd be here. So this is crazy for me.
Let's talk about that. Tell me where
Yeah.
you were and kind of introduce yourself to those who don't know you. Tell me who you were and where you were 1 year ago.
Oh, goodness. So 1 year ago, I had kind of already started my path of trying to grow myself as a person and got out of my comfort zone and got in with, I've always been a stay-at-home mom. I have 6 kids, and my oldest is 16.
How many kids?
And 6.
How many?
6.
Golly,
One less
girl.
than you. Golly, you've got 7. But I've got 5 daughters and 1 son. And so my 16-year-old, I didn't start staying home, though, until my 9-year-old was born. And so I'd been a stay-at-home mom ever since. And I was trying to get back into the industry, or just, create some sort of income.
Right.
And I got into the auto industry.
Right.
And I was on that path of trying to grow myself as a person. And I found you and this group.
Right.
And when I started, I still had a lot of things that I wanted to improve on and grow. And I'd been listening to people like Tony Robbins and Les Brown. And you were saying a lot of the things that just resonated with me that I had heard in different places. And then you made that live, the 5 morning things.
Right.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to try this. And I was at a place in my life where I wasn't really very happy. Still, I was trying to be, but I just wasn't.
Right.
And so when I started applying the morning 5 just to see if it would work, I made that video. Do you remember my first video?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. I did it so that I would stay accountable in that challenge because I wanted to try it for 30 days.
Right.
And I didn't want to quit. Right. And I was not a morning person. I slept in the morning.
Right.
And so I made the live. That was my time to get up and say hi to everybody. And I had the accountability in the group. And then I started applying your morning 5 and it worked. And I started getting up and going for walks around my neighborhood in the morning and seeing sunrises that were gorgeous. And
Right.
I mean, I couldn't help but be thankful. Once I started concentrating on the things that I was thankful for and seeing all the beauty around me, it just started changing.
Right.
Right?
So let's talk about that a little bit. So you weren't in a happy place,
No.
you know, prior, and how come? What was going on in your life that you weren't in a good place?
Well, in 2016, my life just completely bottomed out. Anything that could possibly be wrong at that point was wrong. And I found myself my life was destroyed, I felt like. And I was faking my way through life because the only two emotions that I was feeling at that time were pain and anger. Mm-hmm. And in order to not feel that, I kind of had to disconnect. And when you do that, then everything disconnects, you know?
Yeah, sure.
I wasn't having any real interaction with my kids. I wasn't having anything real, period. And it was taking a toll on me. And it was hard. It was one of those times in life where I had the wind completely knocked out of me. Mm-hmm. And so I started thinking about, and I knew I couldn't kill myself. I knew that. I knew I had 6 kids. I knew that wasn't an option. But I started thinking about it a lot. It would be so much easier if I wasn't here, if I didn't have to deal with this. Because it wasn't just 2016 and the events that happened, because I had my daughter was born premature and I had been hospitalized for a long period of time. And that was a battle within itself. So I had a medical battle and a physical battle and then a lot of other things. I mean, my marriage fell apart. It was just really bad. Mm-hmm. And the entire year was really, really hard. And so I got to the point where I couldn't fake my way through it. I couldn't smile like I always had. I was always someone who could laugh and make jokes and be with my family, and it was fine. And I couldn't do it anymore. I gotten that low.
Right.
And I remember having a conversation with myself in the mirror, and I said, okay, you've been thinking about this for months now, about how you can't live and you don't want to live and you can't pull yourself out of this. And I just made a decision right there that I had to figure it out. Killing myself wasn't an option. Living the way I was living wasn't an option, and I needed to figure it out.
Right.
And so I Googled how to live when you don't want to. I actually Googled that, and a Tony Robbins video popped up.
Right.
And he had a talk about when people are suffering, it's because their blueprint isn't matching their life isn't matching their blueprint of what they think their life should be. Have you heard that one?
I have. Yep.
Yeah. Right. And when people really suffer, it's because something outside had affected it. Like, you know, if an athlete's in a car accident and they lose their legs and they can't play ball anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? So their blueprint is changed by something that they didn't cause. They didn't,
correct.
You know, they didn't ask for. Right. And so he
not
talks about
necessarily their fault. Yep.
Yeah. Right. And so that made sense to me. And I was like, okay, I need to change my blueprint. Things didn't work out the way I wanted them to work out. I need to change this. Right. And so I did. And I started thinking about life in a different way. And that helped me. And then it led me to people like Zig Ziglar and Les Brown and all of those motivational speakers.
Sure.
Yeah. Les Brown started, he talks about facing your fears. And one of my fears was I would be in a position where I couldn't support my kids.
Yeah. And
so I was like, so how do I get job experience when I have to stay at home with my kids and all that kind of stuff? And I finally found a company that I could work for from home and get experience in the auto industry. And that was Tacobi and Jason Gardner and Scarlett Mick. And they worked with me. And yeah, that's how I got here.
That's how you got here, which is awesome. Now, for those of you, and thank you for sharing that with us, Bambi, and being, being vulnerable. I really, really appreciate it. Everybody that's in here, I want you guys to understand something. It's super hard. It's super hard to come on this show in front of all your peers at 5:30 in the morning, and so, Bambi, I appreciate you being brave
Thank you.
and joining us this morning, because it's really important. And though, hey, you guys, if you appreciate Bambi, you know, I see you guys all commenting. There's over 100 people in here right now, but continue to hit that share button. Make sure you share, show you care, right? So, Bambi, okay, boom. So you can reach that point. You're at super low.
Right.
You're seeking, you're searching, and the reason we want to really dive into this a little bit is because those of you that are in the group or that have seen Bambi before, you've been on fire. You're wearing your unrecognizable shirt right now, and you've becoming, like, every month you're becoming almost a new human being. We started the unrecognizable, I guess that was 4 or 5 months ago when we first did
I started, I'm going to say in April. Because in May I quit it was May 1st.
Yeah, May.
Is when I started. I took on the daily 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing the 5 things. You're changing your morning routine. You're getting a new kind of look on life and how you're going to do everything. We do the unrecognizable challenge. You decide, boom, I'm going to quit smoking. Right?
Yeah.
And tell us about that experience and what that was like.
So I took on the daily 5, and the good thing about that is that it starts getting you disciplined into doing something that you don't really want to do, like waking up and not touching your phone, and it makes you. Your wife's word, Leslie's word, is intentional this year. Right. It makes you intentional about your mornings, right? And then once I got to the end of that month, I was like, if I can do this, I can do other things I want to do. And so I really started taking an inventory of my blueprint, right, of the person I want to be. And that person did not include smoking cigarettes. It was something like I didn't want to do. I wasn't happy about. I wasn't proud of myself. I have friends, a really good friend of mine, Jackie Campbell, that has been battling cancer for a long time. And every time I would see her post, I would just get convicted. I'm like, she's just wanting more time with her kids, and I'm over here playing Russian roulette with my life. And so I don't think I ever wanted to quit.
Right.
But it didn't match who I wanted to be.
Yeah, sure.
And so I made another video because this works for me. The accountability in the group works for me. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, I have a dirty secret. I still smoke cigarettes, and they're leaving this day. And you know who held me accountable to that?
Who's that?
Because I didn't realize that I had said, like, I mixed up the days. I had planned on starting June 1st, but I had mixed up the days. But Mike Brockway,
he takes good notes. He takes good notes.
Done. I depend on him in the mornings, but he was like, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day, right, Bambi? And I was like, oh my gosh, I guess. Yeah, tomorrow's the day. So that first day was rough.
Oh, yeah.
That first day was rough.
Well,
go ahead.
I loved how you took us on that journey with you, like posting the videos, the hard days. Some days were better than other days. That meant a lot to us as a group to be able to, we basically appreciate you shouldering the burden, because that stuff's not easy. You shouldering the burden and carrying us through, and that inspired a lot of other people in the group to try to do things that are hard too. So super, super cool. So you knocked the smoking thing out, and then you were like, okay, I knocked the smoking thing out, so now I'm gonna attack something new.
On my diet. Yeah. So I started. So my entire life, I had wanted to go on a 3-day fast. I am a Christian, and there are benefits in the Bible. It lists so many benefits from fasting, and I love when science backs up the Bible. Right. I love it. I get pumped up on it. So now they're finding, of course, scientific benefits of why fasting is good for you. And so I could never get to a 3-day fast, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. And I did it, and I made it through the 3-day fast, and it made it so much easier to focus on eating the right foods when I was done with that.
Right.
So I found that the cravings for hunger were really similar to the cravings I had with cigarettes. As scary as that is, that they come in waves.
Right.
And, you get to the top of the wave, and if you just make it past that initial, I want it so bad I can't stand it, then you go down the wave and you're good for a while. And then it'll come back. And, they get farther and farther apart. The cravings get farther and apart the longer you go. So
Awesome.
Yeah, quitting smoking helped me do that. And then there were other things that I wanted to work on. And, my husband had come to me and said, I want to start a small business. And everything that I'd been through and watching this group and all of that stuff, it got me to a place where I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Quit your job. Let's go. I'm good. You feel like that's what you need to do, then let's do it.
Yeah. Just quit your job. It's cool.
You know what I mean? You get to a point where it's just like you learn to trust God when He's saying, hey, maybe you should do this.
That's right.
And it's going really great.
Yeah, six kids or no 6 kids, right?
Just do it.
Just do it. I love that. You know? So he did that. So he quit his job, and you guys are doing your own business now.
Right.
Wow,
Yes,
that's
sir.
incredible.
Yes, sir.
Now, you've also been on a fitness challenge as of recent. You've been posting some rather marvelous-looking pictures of yourself at the gym.
Oh, my gosh.
Sweating it out, right?
That's strategic. That's strategy.
I understand.
I told you that this morning.
Right?
If they see me at my worst, when they see me at my best, they're going to be like, wow, she's really improved.
But you've been going through that. You're on day 38 days straight now?
This is day 40, my man. 40.
40. Congratulations. Yeah. So you went from not working out at all to I'm just going to do this every day, right? Or walk us through that.
Okay. So I told you about 2016 where I'd had a really complicated pregnancy. I'd had an abruption, which is where your placenta tears away from your uterine wall, right? And I had to have an emergency C-section. I was on bed rest for a really long time. And physically, I wasn't active.
Right.
I just was still not great. So when I took on the morning 5, I started walking. And that was my first thing back into exercise.
Right.
And when I quit smoking, and I was applying the morning 5 and quitting smoking, right? And my legs started to swell up, and the water wouldn't come off. And so they tested my heart, and I ended up having really high levels of BNP, and which is indication of heart failure, which is really scary.
Sure.
And so I kind of chilled out for a little bit until I got all the testing and stuff done. And then once I was cleared, I was like, okay, it's time to hit it. And Danielle Delgado, she came on the show, right?
Right.
And she told us to talk about what holds us back the most. And mine, I commented, I said procrastination. Mm-hmm. And then I did that thing I do sometimes where I'm like, I'm going to make a live and make a challenge. And she said it takes 90 days to form a habit.
Right.
And I was like, for the next 90 days, I'm not going to procrastinate on my fitness goals.
Right.
So I'm 40 days in now.
40 days in.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
And what's happened to your body in 40 days? How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel okay. So the first day I did 1 mile and it took me 13 minutes and I felt a hot mess and I was like, this is terrible. Right. I don't know what I've done.
Right.
I went with my mom who had just had a total knee replacement and I really feel like she was doing better than me.
Wow.
And it was bad, my friend. And so now I can do 3 miles. I can't even remember, my best time was 3 miles in 26 minutes and 30 seconds.
Amazing.
And I do 3 miles on the bike and I do 3 miles on the elliptical. And now I've added the Stairmaster, which have you been on that machine?
I have.
It's ridiculous. My legs are on fire after 5 minutes. I'm like, how long can I do this?
Totally.
Yeah. But it's getting better. And the thing is that I didn't expect the endorphins to be the thing. Weight loss and getting fit was kind of my thing, why I wanted to do it. Now I want to do it because it improves my mood.
Right.
It makes me more patient with my kids. I don't have the anxiety or aggression or any of that stuff. I'm much more level. Totally. And happier. I can't stop smiling.
I love it. I love it. I love how, in this transition for you and going through and doing things that are hard, I love how, you have those little voices in your head. You've got Danelle Delgado. You've picked up some stuff from her.
Yeah.
And you picked up the 5 things from the Rise and Grind group. And you've got Les Brown and Zig Ziglar. You've got all this support group. It's like a whole support team of people that are there. And I'm the same way. I listen to all that stuff so much that they're there. They're in my head, and they continue to push me forward. And so I just want to, and this interview has like flown by already. But I want to point some things out for all of you in the group that are watching right now. I want you to understand something. I want you to understand that Bambi made a decision 8 months ago. It was really 8 months ago that she made the decision in the beginning of May. She made a decision. She was going to get up in the morning and do her 5 things every day. And let's all be honest here. She hasn't done it every single day. There's been days, right? There's been days where it doesn't work out, but she's done it consistently as much as she possibly can, and that's grown her. So she's been doing the 5 things. She's eradicated smoking from her life. She's changed her diet to make her healthier. She went from barely being able to move a full mile to now she's doing 3 miles in 26 minutes. Her and her husband have a better relationship. Her kids and her have a better relationship. Her husband's chasing his dream now, right? He quit his job with support from his wife. All of these things have happened in less than 8 months. And he quit smoking too.
Yeah, he quit smoking too. My brother-in-law quit smoking too. My boss quit smoking. Yeah, it's crazy. And now people are sending me selfies at the gym. And I love you guys. Thank you so, so much for all the people that woke up this morning to support me and are sending me the gym pictures. And you guys, when I don't want to go to the gym, because there are days I do not want to go and I just almost would rather cry than go.
I'm with
you. Yeah. And when I'm sitting in the gym parking lot, like, do I have to do this? And I start thinking about you guys. And I'm like, you know what? I got to do this. I need to do this. Did I tell you about my daughter, Aubrey?
No.
So the other day, my nephew, Bryce, he knew I didn't want to go to the gym. I wasn't feeling good that day. And he was like, you know what, Aunt Bambi, you don't have to go. Don't go. Don't worry about it. You're okay. Just stay home. And my daughter, you remember Aubrey from the Fight with Michelle video?
I do. Yep.
Yeah. My 9-year-old, she said, Bryce, you don't understand. Me and my mom, we're a part of hashtag Rise and Grind, and we're not quitters. Right?
I love
my
it.
My 9-year-old. Yeah, I love it. She's like, I'm the only kid in the group.
That is amazing. Bambi, we have got to jump out of here because we're already 30 minutes in. But before we do, I want you to pretend for just a second. I want you to pretend that you are on top of a mountain. You are on the very top of a mountain, and all of civilization is looking up at you. Everybody. They're all looking up at you. And they are desperately in need of something applicable that they can apply in their life today, this week, this month, right away. Something. And you have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to give them the information they need to completely change their world. What are you going to tell them?
I am going to say, just forget everything. Forget the rules, the regulations, the boundaries, the obstacles, and just to envision the person that you want to be. And I'm not talking about the car you want to drive or the house you want to live in or any of that. I'm talking about the person that you want to be. And then start taking an inventory of your life and what doesn't belong in that vision of who you are. Start knocking it out. Start eliminating it piece by piece. Rome wasn't built in a day. Take one step at a time, but take the step. And I promise you, the more steps that you take, the easier it gets to take them. Even though they're hard, you will do it. You will get there. So, and it feels a lot better. It feels a lot better to be working towards it than to being like making excuses and doing nothing. So that's my awesome. 2-minute takeaway.
You are awesome. I love it. Envision it. Take inventory, and then eliminate it.
Right?
One at a time. Just eliminate each of those things that are holding you back from being the best version of you that you can possibly be. That's incredible.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
All
Bambi,
right.
I got to tell you, girl, you are an amazing human being. Like, truly an amazing human being. And clearly uniquely made by the God of the universe, right? The God who
Yeah.
made everything made you to be
Broke
the
the
best
mold.
version. For real. He made you to be the best version of you that you can be, and you are attacking that daily in such a way. You're making like what you're doing, all of your posts, everything that you're sharing, all of that is making a massive impact on your friends, on your family, clearly, and it's making an impact on this group in a massive way, like incredible, and it's making an impact on me. And I, for one, I stinking love you for it. I do.
Stinking love you too, man. Thank
I
you.
absolutely love you. So everybody, do me a favor, hit that share button. The rest of the world needs to join in and see my friend
Thanks so
Bambi because she's incredible. Having an awesome day today. If you guys need more videos just like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you want to help the McLeans, go to GlennLundy.com, and most importantly, have an absolutely incredible, over-the-top, phenomenal day today. And then will you come back, Bambi, will you meet us back here on Monday morning?
Yeah.
And we'll do this
I
all
would
over
love to.
again at 5:30
Yeah.
a.m. on hashtag
Yes.
Rise and Grind. Fair enough?
Yes.
All right,
Thanks,
girl.
bye,
Thank you
guys.
so much. You stay on, Bambi, and I'm going to go pop over to the other screen real quick so we can get out of here. Maybe. I give myself a lot of extra credit. All right, I'm going to play some music to sound this off.